And then just busy tonight. So, what happened last time?
We made a deal with the Lich, with the demon skull.
Skull gag.
Yep, I finally got some payoff for stealing that skull of Orcus.
You sure did. You sure did. So, what was the deal that you made with Skogag?
That's a lot, man.
Yeah, we need to refer to the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like.
A lot of fine
Yeah.
print, huh?
He can't be our
like,
enemy for 100 years, I think.
That might be 75. I think 100
Yeah.
is when he'll open up. He'll talk to the skull. It's 100 years.
No, 75 is when he would resurrect.
Oh, okay.
Obalaka.
Shigambi.
Gambi.
Shigambi.
Mhm.
Respect on her name, dude.
Well, I was looking over here where it says Obalaka. So.
Aslos was super intent on selling his soul to the Lich.
Yeah, it didn't even need to be part of it. Like the Lich was like, "Yes, I'll agree to all of your terms." And he's like, "But what if I gave you my soul?"
Can we retcon that we like scratch that out like last second?
No.
To be fair, that was like an ad. He did add it on. Technically, he asked for not to fuck with us for the. That's what the 75 years was then, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
But still, it was not necessary because we like letting us go means he's not gonna fuck with us, right? Yeah.
He's going to undam the river.
Mhm.
He gave his passage to Shigambi and back and out of his city of zombies.
Right. And so, with this deal being made, the group of you went and visited Shigambi. What was that like? What did you find there?
It was pretty chill.
Her guardians who attacked me.
Yeah, what were her
Slowly.
guardians?
They're cat-like people.
There were cat snakes, snaky cats.
Cat snakes. Snaky cat.
There were cats with snakes
What was the term for?
like attached to them,
The Kamadon.
Kamadon.
and Thunder can turn into it now.
Am I the only person having trouble logging in?
I have to refresh.
The server has been a
am.
little wonky these past couple of days. Just keep refreshing and try to... It's not a you-ish, it's them.
Thunder can turn into one of those, and we got our tablet.
Yeah, and
Me
what did you
too.
find with the tablet?
It had a letter on it.
Mm-hmm.
R. Think, right?
And do you remember what language it was in?
Wait, we didn't put it in
Elvish.
important
Elvish.
Malnova? What the hell?
And I was
Yeah,
like, oh
Elvis.
wow, we do all know that for some reason.
Right. And so I think that the group of you would probably begin to be picking up on a trend here. Each tablet has a letter and is in a different language, which is interesting.
R was the last one.
Correct.
Oh, is that the dagger? I wasn't able to see it because I was on a tablet. That's kind of cool. What the fuck?
That is cool. Yeah. And so yeah, you got your tablet. You got your blessing of Shigambi. Do you remember what your blessing is? Like what your feat is that everyone got? Everyone got
I
a
remember
feat
it
from
being
her.
really OP. Let me reread it.
Something about you can't die for 300 years or something.
No.
Something like that.
Blessing of
Oh, what the
Shigambi.
Fight evil with honor.
Yeah, if we're fighting evil shit, we
Mhm.
can make a second additional attack.
Yeah, I think we should
Hell
just
yeah.
beeline the evil people. We just have the advantage now.
You wait, what?
We should just
We
fight.
should just beeline
straight to
every-
Oh, against evil.
Who do you align with, dude? Oh, you're evil?
What's your
Let's go.
alignment?
Let's fight.
No, we just need some detect good or evil now, and we're good to go.
True,
Oh,
true.
you're evil. Let's fight.
Yeah, so you got a little boon for communing with Shigambi. You came back. You found that the Lich kind of honored his deal with the group of you. He brought you back to his tower and
Finally.
escorted you from the city, safely. What happened after y'all left the city?
Some zomboys kept following us like the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah,
bullshit.
It was. And Thunder, I think that you had a revelation with the zombies as y'all were leaving. Do you remember what happened?
Yeah, they reverted to like their normal selves
When you did what?
when I ring, 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 ring my bell.
That's right. You found that in the ethereal plane, kind of like some of the other souls that you had seen before, they seemed trapped here in the ethereal plane, existing as they once were. And then the group of you caught back up with the Tabaxi from Rushing Stream. They built you a campsite for the night. And what happened when you tried to rest?
We were visited by another, well, the same
Hmm.
tabaxi, the same wow. Why can't I
Wanti.
think of the name? Wanti. Jesus.
Yes. And what happened?
He allowed me to kill him. He
Yeah.
he revealed his neck.
Yeah. In a vulnerable moment, he asked you to release his soul. And on the material plane, you found that his zombie body, that was being controlled by the Lich, was able to actually die. It was no longer undead, leaving behind to you this small obsidian dagger.
I also when we met with Howling Gale, right? Howling.
Mm-hmm.
I let her know that we had to make an agreement with the Lich, but I
Mhm.
assured her that Shigabi knows and she was okay with what was gonna happen. I didn't
Right.
fully let her know what was happening, but just I had to be
Mhm.
somewhat transparent.
Yeah. Basically, her thing was if Shigambi was cool with it, then like we're cool with it. She has a plan for us, basically.
Dude, the Lich
Yeah.
is gonna be real mad when in the fine print where he said that we can't kill zombies in the ethereal plane.
True. Not
Contract.
killing zombies. You're killing ghosts.
He's gonna be so mad about that. Breach of
That's
contract.
that's fighting evil with honor. Okay. Anything else that anyone wants to cover or have clarified before we dive in?
I think we're
3,
good. I think
2, 1. Oh.
yeah. I was just gonna say I think everyone knows about the dagger, but Halbjorn because he needed to sleep.
True that.
True. You wanted to sleep.
Wait, we had a cinematic. I totally forgot what the cinematic was about last time.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
anyone remember the cinematic?
Yokizos was talking to the Archmage.
Mm-hmm.
They were sending naval
Oh.
fleets to not Ice Narrow. What the
Malnova
hell?
proper.
Well, they were sending him to Ripdraw's clan. Like, what's the freaking main clan thing? What's it called?
Ursign.
Yeah.
High,
his
high
capital.
totem.
High Totem, yeah.
Oh, High Totem. I'm sorry.
High totem.
High Totem. You send him to the shores near High Totem to go fight off the 1T.
He also asked about the server day, but no one heard nothing.
And the Warforged were being loaded on.
Oh shit!
That's right. And it was a little more subtle. You're right, Waco. He also kind of referenced and kind of solidified the fact that the Servidae are MIA, nowhere to be seen, which is puzzling. And he also kind of references the fact that the war front with the Wanti is not going well. He kind of said that multiple times that we're kind of running out of time. I'm bringing in the armies so that we can do the big distraction, basically for y'all, because we're not gonna be able to hold off like much longer. So hurry up, basically. And then also told Yokizas about the Golden Lions.
Right.
Good remembrance there. Thank you for that. Okay, if that's everything, then I'm going to bring the group of you to Rushing Stream. The group of you have traveled back to the village safely with the other tabaxis of Rushing Stream. They have given you a place to camp for the night. letting you rest once more, and even with some celebration, as the group of you, while having to make sacrifices to get there, are the first to commune with Shigambi in centuries. And so you bring the Tabaxi great joy in knowing that she is still there, her shrine still intact, even though it's a little more complicated than that, and a lich is going to try to resurrect her in 100 years. They at least have time to plan for it. So it was a wonderful evening, and the group of you have awoken, you've had your breakfast, and it is now time to begin preparing to leave, brushing stream for the next leg of your journey. Whenever the group of you have finished eating and are slowly beginning to kind of prepare your packs, a few tabaxi walk over to the group of you, and you can see leading them is a strong, tall tabaxi. He has large leopard spots and a slightly flowing mane. Probably not as big as Thunder's because these are more plain cats. And he has two tabaxi behind him, and he kind of gestures to you, Fail, and says, "May we see you for a moment?"
Okay, sure.
And they bring you, Fail, away from the hut in which the group was staying, and they bring you to what you can see is a small field that has been built out with fences, hay bales, straw. If you didn't know any better, you would think maybe it's like some kind of like athletic field, like for a sport possibly. And when they bring you there, he bows to you slightly, and says to you, "I am mounting Boulder. We were told by Howling Gale that you, as part of helping with Shigambi, had requested to learn 1T weaponry."
Oh yeah, definitely. Mounting Boulder? You say mounting?
Yes.
Do you want me to call you mounting or Boulder? It doesn't really
You may
work.
call me Boulder.
Boulder. Okay, yeah, Boulder. I'd love that. And I whip, she whips it out. I was like, yeah, I there was this time I did something. I saw something happen. You know what I'm saying? But I've never seen anything else. I don't really know
But
how it works.
you have never awoken it.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
And they kind of exchange glances, but are still nice to you. As he takes the weapon and says, "When we first started using 1T weaponry, many, many generations ago, we were like you. We thought them normal weapons. But it seems as though, as we have learned over generations, the 1T have a special relationship with their weapons. They can be dormant, like this, just a piece of iron. But their weapons are deeper than that. I don't want to say they are living, but they are reactionary to their user." And he takes the obsidian blade at the end and makes a small cut into his palm. And when the blood touches the surface of the weapon, you watch as green veins begin to kind of fill the blade of the weapon, as it almost in a sense like begins to breathe alive. It glows a soft green in these veins, kind of like the veins of ore in a stone, a soft green. And when he does so, you watch as the shaft of this polearm becomes fluid and almost whip-like. He manipulates it, and the first thing it would remind you of is the coiling length of a serpent. I don't know how to say this weapon's name in your language, or in our language to you. We would translate this as snakebite. And he hands it to you. And if you look in your inventory, file, in a moment, please.
No.
Where the fuck are you? Pause. There you are. you now have the weapon Snakebite. I thought.
Oh shit!
You now have the weapon Snakebite in your inventory. So go ahead and link it and read it for everyone.
That's a lot of reading. Yanti weapon that appears totally foreign. It's a long blade with a sharpened edge. We'll skip that. Snake bite. This weapon deals an additional 1d6 poison damage once attuned. Gift to the Mother Serpent. Using a bonus action, you can cut yourself on the obsidian blade of your snake bite to awaken the weapon to its true serpentine form. While awakened, snake bite deals an additional 1d6 poison damage. Its range is increased by 5 feet, and you gain the serpent's grasp action. Snakebite is awakened until the end of your current turn, and you sacrifice 5 hit points to awaken.
Dang.
Push to talk. Still gotta keep going. Serpent's grasp. I had to scroll down. It's too much to read. Serpent grasp. You can only use the action if the snakebite is awakened, and it can be used instead of an attack action for the sake of multi-attack. You whip forward the serpentine from the snakebite up to attack range, which would be 15, the way I'm reading it, attempting to wrap them in a length of the weapon. Make an attack roll against the target, who will then must DC 14. Dex save upon a hit. Upon failure, the target is restrained and pulled prone. Fuck me. While it is ensnared by snakebite, the target takes 1d6 poison damage at the start of their turn. Snakebite cannot be used to make an additional attack. Once held in this way, the target cannot check again to escape until the release of the weapon using a free action. Wow. So I can prone somebody if they fail that 14. That's huge.
And restrain.
I mean, prones, that's what gives you fucking advantage on attacks, right? I mean,
And so the group of Tabaxi help you kind of familiarize yourself with this uncoiled form of snakebite, showing you how you can quickly kind of whip it and then stiffen it and use it again as a pole arm, and teach you everything they know about how to use Wanti weaponry.
Damn, so it could remain limp or not. Like you have the option.
It's basically
Yep, yep.
Ivy's sword from Soul Calibur.
So
Man,
the
remain
idea
limp.
behind this weapon for you, Waco, is to give you, it only works in bursts of a turn, but you get turns to deal either more damage or continue to restrain something using this weapon with one hand, and you can still attack with a different weapon in your other hand. It remains restrained as long as you activate it, right? They can't break free from it.
yeah, time to get the long sword out of the back holding and all that. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. Thanks, David.
You've waited a long time to figure out how this weapon works. And the Tabaxi are here to help. Speaking of which, while Fail is off at the training fields, and the group of you are continuing to prepare your packs to head out towards the next leg, Howling Gale herself comes over to the group of you and gives a slight bow and says, "Thunder, may we speak a moment?"
Absolutely.
And
I
she
brushed my mane.
and she takes you away from the camp, and maybe a little to your surprise, she takes you away from the village entirely. She brings you off into kind of the wilderness, if you want to call it that, where there are clusters of tall trees in between long breadths of tall savanna grass. It's very different from what you're used to, but it's a beautiful sight as she kind of brings you out, and when the two of you, are standing in the tall grass between two clusters of trees, she kind of looks out to the horizon, where the very impressive and tall plateau of which the heart of Uptao rests upon towers up over the two of you. And while looking at it, she says, "From what kind of environment did you grow up in?"
A lot of trees.
Like here?
And then I'm squinting my eyes and I have my hands like over my eyes. I'm trying to see if I can find where I'm from. Generally speaking, I'm like over there ish.
And she looks in that direction and kind of shakes her head. "I'm assuming far from here, or we, the Tabaxi here, would have known of you."
Yeah, I didn't really travel much to be honest before I met these guys. And
Were
girl.
you close with your tribe?
I was, especially with my father. And I put my hand over my dagger.
Tell me about him.
I mean, he was pretty great. Great king, awesome dad. But he's dead now.
Sorry.
It's okay. He's living in a way.
And of your mother.
I don't know.
She turns and looks at you.
Oh shit.
You don't know.
No.
And she looks back to the plateau. "I'm guessing the group of you will move forward. Do you
Yeah, I
have
think we're
a
gonna
mission?"
continue. We're looking for the other trickster gods.
"I wanted to thank you before you left.
Oh, you don't have to thank me.
You have brought the people of Rushing Stream a great sense of peace. We haven't communed with our goddess in generations. When I came to this tribe, as I wasn't born here, as none of us are, we are drawn here. We leave behind our clans, our friends, our families, to serve to her. So thank you for bringing us peace and knowing that she's okay."
No problem at all.
And with her back kind of to you, she turns completely and gives you a warm smile as she outstretches her hands. And she says, "I hope that you can find similar peace with both your father and your mother." And she opens her paws, and sitting inside of them is a single good berry.
Yeah. I grab it.
And she smiles. "Perhaps we will be reunited one day, Roaring Thunder."
I really hope we do.
And the two of you take a moment to look at the plateau of Uptao before returning back to the camp, where it has been almost completely packed. Fail, you have been trained in your weapon, and you now understand how to awaken it. And Thunder, you have been given something to think about as
Yeah,
the group of you reunite.
My thought that I'm thinking of as Thunder is, should I eat this good berry, or should I kind of save it because I was never ever given a good berry before? So it's kind of special.
Halbjorn's going to ask whichever tabaxi's near him if they have a historian in the village.
And yeah, I would imagine kind of everyone kind of groups together, right? Some of the warrior tabaxi with Fail, Howling Gale with Thunder, and Howling Gale would nod and say, "Yes, yes,
Okay, can I talk to them?
of course." And she turns to one of the Tabaxi warriors and kind of quickly says something in Tabaxi. Of course, Thunder, you would understand that she's asking them to fetch the historian. And in a few moments, a rather older Tabaxi kind of hobbles out. I think this would be kind of a funny experience for the group of you because you've never seen really an old Tabaxi. They've all been young and strong and proud. And this one is pretty bent over. You can see that his mane is kind of long and wiry, kind of like an older dog's hair might be. His muzzle is kind of grayed as his spots are beginning to fade, and he uses a walking stick to bring himself to you. But it's not. It doesn't look like weakness to you. He is a proud tabaxi, and holds a lot of wisdom as he approaches the group, and he does his best to bow while kind of using support of his cane as he introduces himself. I am Whistling Glen.
Hi, Whistling Glen. I wanted to know. Okay, so a little backstory. We didn't even know this continent existed until pretty recently, like very recently. And there's no information that exists anywhere of anything of this entire continent, all of Reptua. So I pull out my logbook that has all these random pieces of paper jutted in it, and there's like drawings on all these pages and stuff written down. And I'm like, I've been trying to log all of the information that I can. And so I was wondering if you have any scrolls or documents or of any sort that I could take with me so I can transcribe with Thunder here on what they mean, and if I can basically, write down the history of Raptua, if I can, of your tribe, I guess.
And you watch softly as slowly tears begin to fill his eyes in the way that a grandfather would be moved by his grandson asking him what it was like when he grew up. And he isn't even able really to get out the words as he just raises a paw asking you to wait as he quickly hobbles away. And the other tabaxi are almost like kind of embarrassed as they just see him leave without saying anything. And Howling Gale kind of awkwardly says, I'm sure he'll be right back.
So while he's gone, I pull out a stack. I like to imagine that I have like these tiny little books and I can make them bigger.
Sure.
So I can carry around a whole bunch of books.
Yeah.
And I'm holding two in my hands, and one is the Infinite Index of Parallel Realities, and the other one is on the Gastronomy of Elementals. And I'm like, which one do I give him? I'm trying to like contemplate in my head what I can exchange information with him, basically.
It's so funny. He hobbles back out, and you can see that he has, like, kind of filling his arms is a beautiful leather sack that he kind of lays in the dirt. And he's beginning to kind of filter through it, and he says, a lot of the words that you told me don't make sense to me. I don't understand how you could never have known of Raptua as we are here now, and I don't know where you would be from if not here. But, and finally he finds what he was looking for. A very old, leather-bound book of sorts. It wouldn't be a book as you know it, Halbjorn, that is like beautifully bound and stitched together. This is more of like a it's not bound in any way. It's just loose leaves tied with twine around two covers that he slowly unties. This village has been taking note of its history since it was first erected. Many, many generations ago. It is so special. And he lifts it and offers it to you. And while it is everything we have ever known, it would seem to me, in that case, that we are the ones who need it the least. And he gives you a warm smile. Tell our story.
You don't have like, this isn't like a copy of the originals or anything?
And kind of similar to how an old man would just kind of ruin the moment. He kind of slaps your hand and says, "Of course we have other copies. My entire life is dedicated to preserving this manuscript."
Okay, thank God. Alright, I don't want to take like your only historical text.
And he kind of gives you a side eye and says, "You aren't that special."
And then I hand him, after he says that, I hand him the On the Gastronomy of Elementals book, because that's really important. And then also a map of Malnova. It's not like a super detailed one. It's just like it has like the main capitals and the shape of the
He takes the book and kind of eyes it for a moment, but you can see he doesn't quite get it at first. But the map he looks at with big eyes. In his youth, you would maybe imagine them as thunder eyes that fill the space of his entire pupil. And he looks at it with wonder and says, "Where is this?"
way far north past the Great Sea, or whatever the sea's called.
And he kind of tenderly touches it with his paw. I have never heard of such a place.
Well, maybe in like sometime in the future, your people can visit. Don't go right now though. It's not a good spot right now.
And he says kind of softly, "Martua." And when he says it, the other tabaxi kind of chuckle. And one of the warriors kind of says under his breath to you, Halbjorn, he says, he called it Martua instead of Raptua. It means strange world.
And I point at the main word that's on the middle of the continent. It says, say, Malnova.
And once again, he kind of frowns. He says, "I know what it says. I just." But he takes the book and the map, and instead of giving you a bow, he gives you a hug.
Sweet.
And then he turns and leaves. And Howling Gale addresses the group of you and says, "We want to express our gratitude again. You've done much for us, and also given us much to work towards. Do you know where you are going next?"
I think north.
Does he give a nod? Yeah.
Well, if you ever need assistance again, you know where we are. And we're happy to help how we can.
We'll be in touch.
And most of the tabaxi of the village have now kind of gathered to see the group of you off rushing stream. And as the group of you bid your farewells and begin to head down the road, which is essentially the old dried riverbank that now just kind of functions as a road. You can see the tabaxi kind of waving you goodbye. Little kids are running around. It's cute. It's sentimental. Thunder, you're holding your good berry, and the group of you hear kind of a sound of movement or so, like dirt being rustled or wind through the trees. That would take you all off guard, and even the tabaxi kind of stop waving to you as they turn around to see what that sound could be. And as the group of you turn to find the source of the noise, you quickly skip to the left or the right, because barreling down the dried riverbed is the rushing of fresh water. And the tabaxi all begin to celebrate as the dam has been cleared and they have their river once again.
Mission accomplished.
We walk away like it's a cool
We-
explosion. We don't look back.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And the group of you set out,
Definitely
You're
heading north.
exploring again. So let's play some
Exploring music.
exploring music, not this happy music.
And any time we have downtime, I like to think that I'm buddying up with Thunder and having him read the history of these other groups of tabaxi to me, so that, and I'm basically transcripting it over to
Nice. I like that.
Dwarvish book.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Maybe.
Guys,
First other tribe of tabaxi you've ever met. Yeah, I don't know if I care.
Yeah. Yeah, as we walk away, I'm like, guys, I think that's my mom. I don't know.
Thunder, you don't know
Not
your
gonna
own
lie,
mom?
I thought that was
Wait,
your mom,
what?
too. I
I
thought
don't
she was
know.
gonna drop a real lore bomb on us.
Aw,
Is
damn.
it confirmed she's not your mom?
No.
Maybe you can go to where your dad died and ring the bell there and talk to your dad.
Just do a history check to see
That's a
if
good
that
idea.
was your mom.
Legend lore, your mom.
Yeah, I'm squinting my eyes and looking into the depths of history to see if I could go back to Thunder Baby Eyes. Did I ever lay eyes on her?
Did I ever lay eyes on
Do
her?
I know if it's Thunder's mom?
None of you know for sure, but I think Thunder, you would know in your heart.
What would I know?
You get to
You would-
pick.
You would know in your heart. It was left intentionally a little vague.
Guys, that's my fucking mom.
Are you serious?
Dude, yes, I know for a fact.
I think with that history check, Thunder, what you would kind of be able to piece together is that, I mean,
She's your mom.
she almost, both you and your father and now her, all three shared names of the storm. He's the only tabaxi, probably the only druid you've ever known to give you a good berry.
I know.
Maybe that's who you got it from.
Oh my fucking god.
We gotta go
I'm-
back. We gotta go back when this is all over.
Thunderlord
I'll definitely go back with you.
I'm so happy. Nothing could ruin my day. Like, I'm just like, dude, that's so awesome. I met my mom. I didn't even know I had a mom. I kind of knew I did, but not really. Like,
Boom,
Oh,
Wango shows up.
Wango attacks rushing stream.
that's what's going on in Thunder's world right now as we're walking.
Yeah, I'd like to think that you're just kind of holding your good berry.
Yeah.
Squishing it a little bit.
Stop.
And the group of you continue to travel. Because of the plateau itself, you aren't able to travel directly to this hex. Yeah, you'll kind of have to travel around it. Which would lead you into this hex. So, I'm guessing the group of you venture forth. But I kind of want this. Because the group of you find that as you travel, I'm going to say that each of these hexes takes a day, just because I kind of like the feeling of that time-wise. As you travel into your next hex, and continue your days long travel, the savannah that you were at, which was much more sparsely treed, it wasn't quite as green, is beginning to fade as you get closer to the deeper jungles of Raptua. The air is kind of starting to thicken. It's starting to become a little more heavy. The sun is beating down on you harder as the humidity is beginning to increase. It's nothing crazy yet, but you can definitely tell that's the direction that you're heading, as the group of you travel eastward to Imalatra. Are any of you proficient in survival, or are we missing our survivalists here?
Should be me.
Not me.
Yeah, I'm proficient.
Okay.
I also
Well, I'm
I
also
also
proficient in
cast
survival.
Druidcraft. I want to know what the weather's going to be like for the next day.
Sure. Um, the weather for the next couple days is pretty clear, if not overcast, and then the raids will come.
Bless you.
Salut.
Thank you. And then the rains will come.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I have Druidcraft, but I hardly use it. I'm like, cast it.
Yeah. It's cantrip. Why not? And the group of you buckle down for the night here, as you find a nice spot for camp. For time's sake, we're going to kind of move quickly through all of the traveling. So nothing of major significance happens. I would think that during a lot of this traveling, the group of you would run into kind of various wildlife that might cause you problems. It's not to say you see nothing. It's more to say that you don't encounter anything that is expressly prohibitive, if that makes sense. Like one lunch break, you might have to ward off like a panther that was trying to steal some of your food. But for a group like you, at the end of the day, that's just not so difficult. So you have various brushes with wildlife, but probably most notably, no brushes with civilization. That would be notable. You run into no other humanoids that are exploring through the jungle or whatnot. As you buckle down for the night and sleep through the night, you aren't interrupted. But Thunder, you have what is beginning to become a recurring dream. This is now the second night that you have had this dream in kind of quick succession. And it starts the exact same way, in the pure blackness of a void. And slowly kind of appearing from that darkness are the glowing eyes of the giant spider. And the second time that you have this dream, I think it would be a lot less frightening, only because it's happened before. And do you remember what it told you the last time you had this dream?
If I recall correctly, he was saying that I was going to the one he was seeking.
Yeah, I would maybe write this down.
Okay.
Maybe like in the important Malnova channel or whatnot. But once again, the spider and you have a brief conversation. It's really not even a conversation. He kind of tells you. And he tells you that you're getting closer to what he misses most.
Right.
Right. So it of course impacts you, but like any experience, the more it happens, kind of the less notable it becomes. So the second dream, I'm sure in the morning you would share with the rest of your party, because I think you shared it the first time, if I remember right.
Yeah, that he visited me.
Right. And so you can share once again that it happened. And if y'all would like to talk about that, then it's...
Didn't you wake us
fine.
up to tell us about it?
Last time.
Yeah.
I believe.
What exactly is going on?
The spider, remember he was killing people,
Oh,
but
yeah,
we
that's
decided
right.
to let him live because he was following kind of like not a mission, but he was
Malarkey.
following
An order.
an order, yeah. that he was supposed to wait for someone, but he doesn't know who he's waiting for. He's not really, affecting anything other than just protecting himself. Really, those people who were trying to bother him, essentially.
And feeding probably, but he also said something about he knew we were gone, right? Like, where'd we go and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't have a problem with this.
What was his last dream though?
The same thing that he told me last time, which is that I'm getting closer to what he misses most.
Oh, okay.
And it seems like none of these gods know who he is, nor the owl at the library. Oh man, you know what?
Which hex were we at when we discovered the Yanti rat?
When we discovered what?
Like the zombie town, like Ratton?
That would be like here. At
Yeah, it was the
Shigampi.
one that we just came from.
Okay.
It was like the base of the mountain, essentially.
And the spider was way over here on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Way towards the beginning. Yeah, I believe, right? It was next to Papazado's
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah, it would be in Papazado's hex. And the group of you continue on. What hex would you like to go to next? Two real options. And you push forward. Go ahead and give me a survival check. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, the group of you would find yourselves actually reuniting with the river. You can track it kind of on your map, and it you can see that and decide for yourselves if you believe it's the same river. But it's a mighty river at this point. This river is probably up to 40 feet across, and it is now flowing with a great, powerful current. As the group of you kind of beset yourselves next to it and follow it north, where it's flowing. It provides a little bit of comfort, I would think. It's at least like one angle at which you can't be ambushed from necessarily, and because of its width and its power, not a lot of like plants and undergrowth grow up close to it, kind of like the river that you experienced up near Papazotl, where it was still very small and weak, so that undergrowth could grow right up to its banks. Here, it carves a path as you find yourselves once again down by the river. And as the group of you would continue down this way, you I would like a perception check from anyone who is proficient. Oh. Very nice. The group of you, and give me a moment here, because I kind of wanna roll something here. But I'm trying to decide what.
Yeah.
Feeling saucy.
Whatever it is, I see it.
Do I want him to fight 3 adult dragons or?
3 baby dragons.
Okay, I think I know what. The group of you, or the two of you, I'm so sorry, would see like kind of rising out from the jungle canopy. Imagine like a smokestack, right? From a campfire that kind of rises up through the trees and gives indication of settlement. Imagine a smoke, but instead of it being smoke, it's like kind of like a musky yellow color that rises up. It looks just like smoke, but like I said, like kind of an ambery goldish color.
You see that, Halbjorn? I don't know what to do about yellow smoke. I've never seen that before.
Huh.
Are we able to see it after they mention it?
Yeah,
and after they mention it, you would
be
see it.
time to be sneaky.
Yeah,
sure.
let's definitely approach with caution. Because again, other than the tabaxi, everything else has been here would try to kill us. So
100%.
And as the group of you kind of push a little bit closer, trepidatiously, of course, it wouldn't be long until you can discover the source of what you're seeing, because of a small clearing in front of you. I'm gonna try and find music for this. I have no idea.
Also, before you start this thing,
Mhm.
I cast divination.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. What does it look like as you cast divination? This is kind of a bigger spell.
I feel like I'm looking for knowledge, so it's almost like if I'm surrounded by any type of vegetation or anything revolving nature, because I'm looking for knowledge, I feel like almost for the time that I'm casting the spells, almost as if like the flowers kind of face towards me, or like the vines are kind of moving towards me, as
Mhm.
if I'm getting the answer from nature themselves. I mean, Elargian.
Mhm.
So it's almost like it's reaching towards me to provide the answer that I'm seeking.
I like that. So the question here, what are you asking?
What is the name of the individual that the spider is waiting for?
Spell put you in contact with a god or a god's question or servants. You ask one question about a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply, which may be a short phrase or cryptic rhyme.
You're muted, Jacob.
ChatGPT cryptic rhyme.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, we know.
I need
Deep
a
Seek, you mean?
cryptic
What
rhyme
rhymes with Ben?
where
Right.
the answer is.
Them kills us
Let's
what?
see.
What? Arrest him.
Oh!
And that's the end of the campaign, boys.
He's the one that killed the babies. It's over.
I need it more cryptic.
Poor Willem.
You need deep seek, David.
I do.
Yeah, DeepSeek would have done it way better.
What prompted this? Give me a little more. Give me a little more while I.
Well, I just had 2 consecutive dreams of the spider coming to me.
And we know
So
the
I'm
spider
thinking
was
of-
told by Large. Right?
Mhm.
Yes.
He doesn't know who he's waiting for, but obviously Elargian or one of
And
his
I'm sorry.
servants.
I'm sorry. What was your question exactly?
The question that I'm asking
Uh huh.
is the name of the individual the spider is waiting for.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood your question. The name
ass.
of well, that doesn't matter. The name of
Doesn't matter.
of the name of the individual that the spider is waiting for.
Nang nang.
The
Wango.
It all goes back to Wonga.
You watch thunder as the plants around you kind of begin to follow you like a sun. As you
Right.
walk, clovers kind of sprout up behind you, and flowers look at you and begin to bloom. I would think that honestly the group would probably notice this, because it's beautiful, and almost like evocative. as you begin to walk, and perhaps Thunder, you would even kind of pause as you see the jungle come to life around you. And I think that you would know in your heart that this is a Largian, perhaps not directly, but her speaking to you, her reaching out to you. And you would be able to feel yourself within the jungle, a real Fern Gully moment. And as you stand still and you kind of watch to see how the jungle and through it a Largian might respond to you, you can see that it is. That the grasses and the creepers, the vines, are beginning to entangle themselves in ways that they are beginning to write you a message, an answer to your question, a name. And slowly kind of forming out of the foliage, you see the name Roaring Thunder. But the group of you, as you watch Thunder, you would see at your own feet plants beginning to form themselves. And beneath each of your feet, you see written your name.
Oh my
The hell?
god, what's going on?
What?
But you talked to the
It's
spider.
me.
And he didn't even.
What was that, Jacob?
You talked to the spider. And he didn't even say anything.
Well, he doesn't know who he's waiting for. He said that
But
the
remember, they
individual
said
would
that
know.
we would know. They would know. The person
They would know. And I do
It's
know.
me. It's me. Look,
He was right. The person would know. I know.
Yeah, but you didn't know when you were talking
Whoa.
to him. He has to go all the way back now.
And Thunder, I think that you would remember kind of what you were being told by the spider, almost requested. And I want for you to roll an insight check as you reflect on these dreams. Oh, I'm sorry, Jen. You rolled a stealth check.
that was a while back.
Oh, oops. Thunder, you would, with this knowledge, yes, you know that you and the group of you really are the ones who the spider is waiting for. But the blocker here for you that you're realizing is that you need a way to prove to the spider that you are. How do you prove to the spider that you are the one he is waiting for? And that would bring you to his dream where you are getting closer to what he misses most, perhaps. Perhaps that's it.
Got it. I'm freaking out. This is a crazy freaking day for Thunder. This month has been crazy.
It's pretty wild. Okay.
All right. I'm focusing back into what's going on.
So there's still this yellow smoke in front of us, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is yellow smoke.
Lots of yellow smoke. And as the group of you are pushing closer to the source of the yellow smoke, you would it wouldn't be difficult for you to see what is causing it. Maybe this song will do good. You can see in front of you a clearing, and within the clearing, not a campfire like you would expect maybe from a smokestack like this, but instead a giant mushroom. Giant. That is releasing spore that is kind of rising up into the air into this yellow smoke, and whacking it to release the spore with sticks are maybe about a dozen little creatures of which the group of you have never seen before. You can see that like dogs sleeping next to them are maybe like dog-sized beasts that are just kind of sleeping or whatnot. These creatures are maybe 3 feet tall as they take their sticks and whack the cap of the mushroom, causing it to release spore.
Thunder, what is that thing?
I don't know what these are, David.
I have no fucking idea what these are.
Dude, I have no fucking idea what these are.
There's no way they're good.
And
Vibe
they're
check?
just whacking.
I knew we should have brought that mushroom guy from.
Vibe check is weird.
I don't know, they're weird.
I mean, that's a good
Anyone know about the
feeling, too.
mushrooms? To know if those are like poisonous mushrooms?
They gotta be poisonous.
I don't.
Would I have
know
to
about
re-roll if I
these
know the
types
I
of
mean, if
mushrooms?
there's a way to stay wide of those, that'd be great.
I can figure out if the mushrooms are poisonous, but we have to go up to where the mushrooms are at.
And
I-
How many were around him?
maybe like a dozen or so.
Dozens a lot.
Does that
but they're
nature
small,
roll
though?
provide?
Like the creatures are small.
Yeah, they're about 3 feet tall.
Yeah, but like that's one mushroom that these guys are working. Is there other guys working on mushrooms? Like, what's going on?
Does that roll provide if that mushroom's poisonous or not, David?
No, you
Or
wouldn't
latest
be able
roll?
to tell from a distance. You'd have to like work it.
Okay. I'm down for whatever y'all want to do, guys. I'm still like thinking about other shit. I have a mom. I'm the spider's replacement.
Hmm. One of us used to be poison immune.
I mean, I
I'm poison resistant.
can get rid of my poison at will, but I need an action to do that.
That sounds pretty immune.
I mean, those guys don't look like they're like they look like they're gonna try to kill us if they see us.
Yeah, like what would I even do if I just
Not that I don't think we can.
I'd walk
not
up
that I
there
don't
and
think we
talk
can
to
take
this
them.
thing that I don't even know?
Oh,
Can speak any
trolls.
language I know.
I think we can take
And,
them, but I don't think we need to go fight. You know what I mean? So
And you watch as they stop beating the mushroom as it has stopped releasing spore. And whenever they do so, they all begin to raise their sticks in war cry. And they begin to rip off pieces of the mushroom and eat it as they stuff their faces full of it.
How big is the mushroom?
Tuscan
It's
Raider.
like a Tuscan Raider. Like 3 feet circumference, like big.
Gotcha.
Especially for these little guys.
Oh,
They're just
Yeah,
kind of like
they-
grabbing meat of the mushroom and shoving it in their mouths.
they're just cleaning it off to eat.
Thunder, do you want to walk up and try and communicate with them?
Sure.
Real convincing.
Oh wait, yeah,
Okay,
and
then-
also like the whole trickster god thing. We're here for a reason, and these dudes, do they look similar?
I mean, we're here, right? We're right next to. That's not long ago, is it?
No.
It's Ning Ning.
Nang nang.
Nang nang. These might be his people. I don't know. I mean, I'm
That's
down to
all I'm
walk
saying.
up.
But Thunder,
Good.
can you even communicate with them? Do you have like a?
Unless, I mean, I just speak like common druidic, Tabaxian, Elvish for some reason. That I gave my character that ability.
So do you approach?
Yeah, I approach.
I'll go behind Thunder just to back him up.
And when you do so, they like all like swivel like "Wah!" and they look at you and freeze. As they look up at you with like their little faces. And
Yeah.
Thunder, I'm assuming you're proficient in nature. Can you roll me a nature check?
Fuck.
You pass. You would realize, Thunder, as you're looking at them, that they exactly they're made of plant. They're plants.
They're cannibals?
Yeah,
And you can see their vines like kind of like twirling around their arms here in this picture. They yeah, they're made of plant.
I cast Druidcraft, but I caused the bloom action. Not on them specifically, but next to them, I instantly make a flower blossom, seed pod open, or
And
leaf
they all
bud
look at it.
open. Yeah, I want them to know that I come in peace. I love nature.
Plants
And they all kind
say
of whip their
fireball.
heads. They all kind of whip their head back and go.
And then Vince's asked me to communicate with them, so I'm just like.
And you can tell they have no idea what you're saying.
I'm so surprised because I think Thunder's actually talking to them.
He basically repeated you exactly.
They all kind of take a step backwards.
And then like, oh dude, they say welcome. And then Druidcraft is a cantrip, so I'm just like slowly spinning, and I'm just like allowing things to kind of like bloom, blossom, open, whatever the heck, just like around me.
And they're just kind of slowly backing up. They don't know really what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly back up too. If they're scared, I'm not gonna like freak them out.
And they're like,
Skibbity bop bop bop.
And yeah, I just back up, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but they seem pretty cool. They seem
What did
nice.
they say?
Follow us. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what they said. I don't know, but they seem pretty chill. I don't think. I think we'd like avoid them and keep going to where we need to go. I mean, they don't seem dangerous.
I just walked back to the group and I ignored Thunder just standing there.
I mean, I think we kind of need to go that way, though.
No, yeah. I'm saying, like, I don't think we have to like interact with them. They seem pretty chill, pretty passive.
I'm down.
and slowly, I like to think that like the groups are revolving.
Yeah.
And you make it on the other side, and they
Stalemate.
make it behind y'all as they're just kind of holding their sticks. And there's no confrontation as the group of you just slowly work around the camp and then continue on.
Wait, can we go to the mushroom and inspect the mushroom?
Whenever you get close to the mushroom, they approach you.
I've walked past it. I look back. It's like, no. What do we need the mushroom? They don't. They like it.
Okay.
Maybe I wanna cast enlarge to the mushroom.
Oh shit!
Whenever you make the mushroom big, they fall to their knees.
Yeah, and then
And they're
that
just
way,
kind
like,
of raising their hands.
yeah. That's my offering. That like, we're good. Here's more food. You don't have to beat it. It's already beat.
And they just begin to eat it. And as the group of you are kind of making your way outside of the camp, you can see slightly outside of the camp is one of these creatures that you would think that possibly it's like a burial of sorts. It's like planted in the ground, clearly dead, but planted like a sapling might be done, as its body is just kind of like half buried in the dirt. And you can see that blooms are beginning to come off of it.
So wait, one of them are buried,
Mm-hmm.
and you said it comes off as a burial.
Yeah, that's how it would feel like to you. It's buried like probably like chest up, so it's like a foot off the ground, like a sapling. It is just kind of hanging limp there, and you can see that some of the it's like kind of starting to bloom slightly, but it's definitely like a body.
I think we just walked past it.
Yeah, that's wild.
Actually?
Keep
Are
moving.
there any more of
Respectfully.
these types of mushrooms near us?
No, this seems to be special. You don't know like if they grew it or like they just like found it and it's rare. That much would not be clear to you. But
I cut off a huge chunk of it and put it in my bag.
I mean, now that we've enlarged it, surely they're okay now. As
yeah, they wouldn't notice now that it's enlarged.
Yeah, I thought it was multiple. I didn't know it was like the only
It
mushroom.
was the mushroom.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you cut off a piece.
Just put it in my bag for later examination.
I definitely take some of the mushroom.
Okay.
Is-
Do you also
and
put it away?
back to the buried one.
Yes.
Is it the only one that's buried,
It
or
seems
is
to
it
be,
like an
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I avoid it. I don't want to.
And the group of you continue.
Ding, ding, ding.
And as the group of you travel into this hex, you can see that the river begins to form into a small pond. You can kind of see here on this hex, and I'll even move this little ning away so you can see a little better. There's a small lake here with many other smaller lakes kind of surrounding it, and it then flows into what you believe to be an even larger lake. So you're kind of hitting like a lakeish area of sorts. And you would be able to see, those of you with solid perception checks, off in the distance, the towering buildings of a city that lies far away. I mean, a day's journey away, but it would be just kind of the blurry like city like sky. What's it called? Sky view?
Skyline.
Skyline. Thank you. You'd be able to see a blurry kind of skyline far off in the distance, but your first hint at not only civilization, but impressive civilization in a long time, as the group of you begin to explore this hex. And it wouldn't take you too long, maybe like 6 hours or so, before you discover something that would attract your attention. In the distance, let's say 100 yards away, you would be able to see a manicured tall, perhaps like a 10-foot tall, but a manicured hedge that runs for a long distance and then curves off in either direction. It's like a wall of sorts. That's I said, like a tall hedge.
I fly up to try and see over the hedge.
And Ventus, what you would see would, I think, take you off guard at first and almost be amusing. Over the hedge, you can see that on the inside of it, the hedge forms like a maze of sorts. It's a large circle that is a maze on the interior, and then inside of that is a large pond filled with lily pads, other like kind of like lakey, swampy plants. And then in the center of that, you see what would take you off guard at first, a large frog. And you would realize that this is a building. It's made of stone, like terracotta stone, and it's a giant frog shrine that has been built.
Yo, you guys need to see what's over this hedge. And I'm just like I know some of them can fly, so I'm just kind of waiting for someone to fly up here with me.
I'll fly up there with him.
And yeah, you would see the same thing. Paul Bjorn, and I'm gonna bring y'all. We'll say that y'all are close enough to kind of what you see. So this would be like the hedge layer that you would see, and as the two of you fly up and over, you would see this.
Ooh.
Whoa.
And this is a view of the Froggy building.
Nice.
Oh, okay, so the hedge is a maze.
Right.
Shit.
Ventus can guide us. And Hobyorn.
Okay.
Are we
Have
coming
an
from?
aerial
Are we
view.
coming from the south of this, or which direction are we coming from?
Not the north.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
If I know anything about this place, this thing isn't gonna let us fly over it. There's gonna be some magic, Halbjorn. It might prevent us from
Probably.
I mean,
Can't we just like follow the left or right wall?
We've done that before. I'm pretty sure it worked, but we haven't been in
The
a.
problem is you can
Maze in a
follow
while.
one of the walls, but how do you know when you're at the bottom to stop and go up?
Oh, we could take a message from or a lesson from the Mushroom Boys and make some smoke signals.
what's that gonna do?
So like we could make a smoke signal on the southern border, so we know as we approach it.
Oh, I see.
It just
So wait,
have a relative position.
do we know for a fact that like you, Hobjorn, and Ventus can not fly over?
No.
I'm gonna attempt to fly over the hedge.
And Ventus, you
I'm
would
like
find.
prepared. I'm prepared for like some restrictions.
Yeah, you would kind of like be wincing a little bit as you attempt to fly over, and you would find yourself almost disappointed as you just kind of loft down on the other side of it and touch the swampy dirt on the other side, the mud that you kind of sink into. And when you do so, you would see that in the interior of this circle isn't very big, maybe 100 yards or so. So you can see kind of everything. And at the one end of it, you would be able to see collections of like little yurts or huts. There's like a little village inside of this circular maze. And when you get this close to the hedge, you would also be able to see that the hedge is made of like thorny hedge. It's it's defensive in nature, but as you kind of light down and gaze upon the inside of this maze, you would see its inhabitants, perhaps 2 foot tall or so, little poison dart frogs. I'll show you a picture of them.
This should be like a National Geographic picture.
That would be much funnier than what I'm about to show you, actually. And they all look at you when you bring yourself down. You bring yourself down like around here or so, where there are perhaps 5 or 6 of these green-skinned grung that kind of look at you and like look up at you as they freeze.
I'm gonna immediately fly back up over the hedge and meet up with the gang. I'm just gonna go, guys. We can just fly over this. There's no magic to it, but there's some frog people on the other side.
And how high is the walls of the hedge maze?
About 10 feet.
You said it's thorny, right?
Yeah, it's really thorny.
Can we just do the bag of holding flyover thing?
Well, do you think they would be like taking offense that we like just jumped over? Can we just not like Ventus or you like guide us through so we can at least like show that we're like worthy and walk
You
through?
want to honorably go through the maze, is what you're saying. We're like honorably.
Sure.
It is more honorable.
That sounds lame.
But we're not fighting evil.
Yeah, like we're mad. We got Halberd could even just make a little ramp, or fly out. Yeah, there's a lot of options.
Or like Jin could probably like rope over.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just don't want to start off on a
It looks
bad
like it's
note
a
that
lace.
we just like kind of broke in here.
Well, I kind of already
So,
did
like,
that,
if this
but
is
they
the
attacked me
hedge-
right out the gate. So
The hedges, I want to make a bridge that does that.
Okay, yeah. And you kind of illusion a structure, and then make it solid, as y'all now have a ramp that allows you to just easily cross over the maze.
Yeah, we just go over here confident, like, right?
And the group of
Yeah.
you begin to spill into the
That's
little
pretty.
froggy community. Here's another picture of it.
I like that one.
As you come in.
Beautiful.
And this time, whenever the group of you kind of strut on in to the little town, there is a party of these little frogs kind of assembling. You can see that very clearly they are organized into different colors. The most of them are green. There are a lot of green ones. You can see that there is one that is red, that has a like a little kind of like a wand, I suppose would be the best way to say it. And then there's one that is orange that is carrying a large great axe that is resting on its shoulder. But the one that all the green ones are making way for is a gold one that is walking through. He has little robes with little feathers that come off his shoulders and a circlet that he wears on his head, that is like woven of thorns and flowers, as he confidently strides up to the group of you. And you can see that the entire town has now assembled for the group of you. It looks to be maybe 40 to 50 of these little frogs that have assembled as the golden one, as everyone paves way to allow him to enter, stamps up to the group of you as you make your way down the ramp. And he kind of raises his fist and begins to speak out. And quickly the group of you would realize that you don't speak his language as he's yelling at you. You got
Oh, they speak
I
Star
got
Fox. I
this.
respect it.
Go,
Oh, you speak your
Barrel!
language, Jin?
And noticing that the group of you don't understand him, he takes a couple more stamps forward and extends out his hand and then his little froggy finger like this to the group of you.
He's pointing at us.
That's what it looks like at first, but it's too low. He's not pointing up at you. He's just pointing outwards.
Okay, I'll do it back to him and just say, Ning Ning.
And he frowns. And then goes like this and goes. And gives you his finger again.
Thunder?
Does he want? I think he wants us to suck his finger.
Yeah, Thunder, go for that. You eat and lick.
All right,
I
so
think he's telling us to go.
I also like put my finger in my mouth, and then
And-
I point it back.
He nods and then kind of pushes his finger up against your chest and raises it.
So he touches my chest and then raises it.
And then kind of
He
But he's
wants you
pointing
to
at
put
nothing.
it in your mouth, Thunder. It's
You
fine.
do it, Fail.
What?
I,
No,
I,
I'm
I
a
open
lady.
my mouth. I
Bullshit.
open my mouth.
and he jams it in your mouth and forces you kind of to suck on it. And as you do so, you feel a sharp, blistering pain as the toxins coming off of this frog begin to attack your own immune system.
Well,
And you're
Thunder.
going to take 2d8 poison damage.
I don't know
And
if you saw
as
my-
the stinging
my
fills your mouth, he pulls his finger out and then yells at you and says, "You can hear me now, yes?"
Yes.
Tell
Also,
them
David,
to
I'm not
also
the-
suck me finger.
Okay. Suck his finger, guys.
I immediately am like, okay. That's I present myself.
All right.
to
I do my best with my beak.
I'm gonna need a hit of the Pegasus feather for.
I think I got you.
And one by one, the group of you begin to like kind of suck on his finger. And you'll each take the same poison damage, this 9 poison damage as you do so, but you can then understand them.
I only take half.
And after the group of you can understand, he stamps his foot again and says, "What is the meaning of you crossing into our Durango-Langaling?"
What?
Oh yeah, no, we need to.
We're here to
What was it?
commune
Name
with
name
Ning
name.
Ning.
And when you say this, he kind of starts to laugh. And nervously, you notice that all of these little froggies also begin to laugh. And he laughs harder, and they all kind of nervously laugh harder as a chuckle kind of erupts over the crowd. As he looks, he says, "You wish to commune with Ning Ning? No. Well, are you? You clearly are very strong. You were able to navigate our maze with ease.
We're pretty smart. We're the dummy
Yeah.
dragons.
did.
We built this as a defense system. And so
Have
far,
Have you ever met any flying creatures before in your lifetime?
and he looks puzzled.
And I fly in front of him.
When you do that, some of them gasp, others
and I,
cower.
And I fly like very high over the hedge to make him like make it obvious. Like,
Please, your strength knows no bounds.
apologize.
We respect strength here. The grung. We do.
Hey,
Who are you?
Didn't we meet one of these guys the last time we were here? Like, didn't we meet a frog person? On the last time we went to
Did you?
I'm a different type of frog person.
Oh.
Hogrun wouldn't know that, but I remember that.
Yeah, I'm asking Jin and Thunder. Remember the frog?
I?
That Jose played.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He was more
Oh.
like
I
a
remember.
frog. Not a poison dart frog.
We are the grung. Faithful servants to Neng Neng. I am very curious as to how you know of Neng Neng.
We heard he was a trickster god,
She, a
And-
trickster god.
and we're looking for her help.
That detail is very important. Actually, you could not know this, but very important. You have stumbled upon the chosen people of Neng Neng. We are the Grong, and my name is Grog. I am the king of these Grong.
Okay.
And I bow respectfully.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Very good manners by the group of you.
Papazato said not to bow.
I
And
only
he-
like half bow.
He licks one of his eyes. You are here on a very momentous occasion. We have been planning very carefully, many years now, for a ritual. Come with me. And he kind of turns and begins to walk back through the crowd of Grung who have begun to collect around him. And you can see that very quickly as he begins to walk, the crowd begins to thin in his direction. Even some of the Grung fall to their knees as he walks past them as they clear a path for him to walk through. And he brings the group of you to the water's edge, right in front of the large shrine that has been built to look like a frog, as he kind of gestures to it and says, "Yes, the shrine to Neng Neng. We have been working many years now. I have a grand ritual planned. I have been painstakingly fixated on it. We have been troubled greatly by the Wanti. I'm sure, as you know, a long time ago, they came very here and slain Neng Neng. Humiliating for us. A shame upon our race of the Grong to allow an outsider to come in here and kill our reverent deity. The Grong are a proud, powerful people. More powerful than any person that you have ever come across. And so for the Wanti
Look at
to
Aslos.
come here, defeat us and kill our god, we will never overcome this shame. And then he turns to the group of you dramatically. Until now. You see, I have been planning a revenge plan. Not only for the Wanti, but for the entire Yongle. We will take them over one by one through domination. But to do so, I need the power. And he raises his little froggy hands. Of Neng Neng. I have had my magister, and he kind of points off into the crowd to the red Grung. I have had my magister lead an investigation looking into what I call the Grand Ritual. It is meticulous. We've been planning this for years. But I think that your arrival perhaps shall bring into motion the ritual itself. We wish to resurrect Neng Neng, in which I will mate with her. And through doing so,
Damn.
she will grant me the powers of all grown past my ancestors. And using this power, I will be able to defeat, dominate, enslave the entire jungle.
I lean over and under my breath and comment say, "This is a load of barnacles."
He had me in the first half when he wanted to fight the Yunti.
And so-
Just curious, have you like communed with Ming Ming? Neng Neng?
Ding,
Me.
I was trying to keep the tab to
He licks his eye once again. Oh,
Same
yes,
eye or a
much,
different eye?
Different eye. Much communion. In fact, I only sleep now in the shrine of Neng Neng. I have done so for the past year to gain as close as I can with her, so that when the resurrection is done, she will be ready and accept me.
Have you
Okay,
ever?
but what if she comes back and doesn't accept you?
Impossible.
Oh, okay. You already have it all figured out then. Yeah, no,
Well, yes.
that's cool. Bring her back.
I am the king of the Grong. Why would she not?
Well, so we have a way to actually talk to her.
But you are not Grong.
King Grung.
I know.
It
We
is
can
Grong.
talk to her on your behalf, though.
Unacceptable. Why? I am confused. Please.
No, you can be there with
forgive
us if you want.
Why would I share this experience with you?
I'm just saying.
I thought
No,
you
wait,
wanted
you
to
can.
do the ritual with us, or show us the ritual.
Yeah, show. You know what? Let's do the
You-
ritual. And I turn.
We will
back,
do the ritual.
I turn back to the group. I'm like, let them do the ritual, and then we'll just send it into the ethereal realm with them all there. They won't even. They'll think it's part of the ritual.
King Grung.
That's good.
Okay,
I'll
Grung.
take one.
My name is King Grok,
Yeah, King Grung.
and I must stress something with you. I like your acceptance and pushing of the ritual. I agree with you that we should do it now with your presence to show you the power of Neng Neng, and through extension of that, the power of me. But it is important for me to stress to you that Neng Neng teaches all of us Grong to serve only ourselves. So you have to understand that when you ask to share in this ritual with me, this goes against the very ethos of being a Grong and a servant of Neng Neng. I am here to serve myself. Do you understand?
Okay, we want to participate in the ritual to serve ourselves.
What does Nanang want to do? For
No,
herself?
it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. Like you can watch the ritual if you want, and you can experience my awesome power. But
Okay, all right, we'll just go with that. Grum.
yes, and you know what?
Chicken butt.
Yes, we will have the ritual. We will clean out the shrine. Right now, in the shrine, there are many artifacts that I must rid of. Why are you here? What are you wanting?
We're also here for revenge against the Yunti.
Okay, but why here? Why did you come
must
to
talk
Relogologolong?
We must talk to Neng Neng. Short conversation. We just need information that she can potentially provide us.
What information?
We've already talked to other gods.
Hey,
Extra
that
gods,
information
okay?
serves us, not you.
And he just kind of nods. Okay, that makes sense. Yes.
Does that language thing work both ways?
What do you mean?
No, he had to suck
I
on
should-
each of our fingers for
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Does that work both ways?
He cannot understand you when you speak common.
No, I'm speaking in their language.
Right. So yes, it
Are
works
you
both
asking
ways.
if he sucks your finger if he can speak to back?
Yeah, so when he says yes, I put my hand in his mouth.
And he slaps it away. How dare you? How dare you? I should execute you.
Why would you
I
do
should
that
put
to
you
the
in the
all-powerful
pit.
He's a
Grung?
team, Thunder.
Why would you do that to the all-powerful Grung?
Your Majesty, the princeling here is also of royal blood, so I hope you will forgive his transgression.
Yeah, apologies.
You gave me the gift of your language. I was trying to return your gift with my gift of my language.
I have no wish for your language. It is not wrong.
True.
The language is called Grong?
Everything's Grung.
We are Grung.
He's Grung. All the past chiefs are Grung. They're all Grung. This is Dung Grung Lung. It's all Grung.
It is grung all the way down. And you see, whenever I resurrect Nang Nang and exhume her power, all will be grung. It will all be beautiful. And it will all be Grok, because I am King Grok. Enough of this, I grow tired. Speak with my Magister. They will have more details into the ritual because that is their principal project for the past 4 years. And you say you wish to help? Well, you speak to my Magister and they will find a way for you to help. But I must now rest within the shrine.
Okay.
Okay. Have
You
fun.
clear all the junk out, right? All the stuff out, I guess.
And he leaps into the water with a little splish and swims on over to the shrine, where you see that there are several guards that allow him inside. And he goes inside of the shrine.
So where are these magisters at?
You can see the magister that he pointed out earlier is the grung with red skin, who is standing in the crowd. The crowd begins to dissipate as King Grok swims away. They're kind of losing interest if he's not there. Or perhaps more realistic, they aren't forced to be there anymore as they begin to go back to their duties. But the Magister walks up to the group of you and gives you a small bow. Hello,
Hello.
my name is Cook. I am the Royal Magister. Would you like to speak somewhere maybe a little more private and we can overgo details to the ritual?
Sure.
Let's
You
do
can
it.
come with me to my Magister's tent. And he brings you down to a small mud hut. The conditions in which the Grung live are not spectacular, and the hut that you are brought to is pretty good example of that. You are brought inside, and it luckily has enough space for the group of you, but it's still a little tight as you're brought into the Magister's hut. And he turns to the group of you and says, "Okay, so what has my king told you of so far?"
The ritual?
Oh, yes. And he kind of looks waveringly between the group of you. Are you to be trusted?
Absolutely.
As ordered by Gronk.
He kind of leans in. I do not have very high confidence that the ritual will be successful. It has
Blasphemy.
It has been... And he raises his hand. I am just expressing to you my thoughts because I need your help. Please, allow me to explain. I have been the principal magister for the king for the past 4 years, and my only project, all I was allowed to do or focus on, was this ritual. He has become obsessed with the ritual. It's all he can think about. And so I have slaved away, trying to find a way to do it. But I discovered very early on that resurrection is not how the king thinks it. Sure, I could find a way to bring Nang Nang back, but she will simply be a husk of herself. Simply not a living, breathing Nang Nang, but just
Sounds
a
like
little
that's what he's looking for.
gross zombie. No. He wishes to mate her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Against her will.
It's not going to happen. We cannot perform the ritual, but the king, you have to understand, he is absolute in power. I will just say it. He is mad. He is a crazy person. He is an absolutely crazy grunk, and he is obsessed over this, but everyone is too afraid. If anyone speaks against him, they are immediately executed and then fed out to the animals of the jungle.
What?
We saw some of those animals. They seemed pretty nice.
I do not know what animals you are talking about. I, over the past couple years, have tried to been repeatedly lying to the king to tell him favorable signs and good omens, just to keep in his good graces. But if what I suspect is true, and when we try to perform the great ritual to summon Neng Neng, it will fail, and consequently I will immediately be executed, if not more.
Who's next
We can
in
pick him up.
line if the king was no longer here?
I don't understand the question.
If he goes to sleep and doesn't wake up,
I know what dying
Who-
is.
If he dies,
Okay.
who's in charge next?
The idea has never even been discussed. I have no idea.
Does
The
he
king
have a
won't
son,
die.
like an heir
The line of
apparent?
succession.
Yeah.
No.
Does it go to the
no.
next strongest grung?
I have no idea. We're not allowed to talk about it.
but everyone doesn't like the king, right?
He kind of
It's
looks
unanimous.
he kind of looks to the entrance of the tent. Look, the king does great things for the grunk.
No,
He's
no, no,
powerful.
no.
He is strong. He protects
It's
us. He built the
it's a
maze that has
unanimous.
that. We have never taken a vote. What do you want me to say? Unanimous? I don't know.
Let's just kill the
Alright,
king.
in common.
Oh, please do not.
In
not say
common,
this
I
out
say we assassinate the king and make it.
Yeah,
look
let's
like,
go.
Make it look like Nang Nang did it, or maybe like it was an accident or something, and then they find him like that.
Wouldn't it
I'm
be
down for
more
whatever.
poignant to just like let him resurrect her and have Ning Ning herself kill her?
Yeah, let's contact
May I-
Nang Nang and let her know what the fuck is going on. And
I
she
can't
could be
understand
like,
you. May I please be part of this conversation? I have an idea. May I show you what I have been working on?
You just said quickly you've learned that you can't do anything.
Well, I have been preparing because I didn't think a group like you was going to show up. I have made contingency plans.
What do you need us for?
Well, your arrival
Thunder
changes
can,
things, but
Thunder
let me
can do some stuff.
let me show you something. I will clue you in. And he
If
goes
it's
to
something
where
special,
you
we're
notice
gonna go kill
now
him.
is in the corner of the room a large tarp that is covering something. And he whips off the tarp, and you can see made out of mud and rocks a fake, like a dummy grung that has
I
been
fucking
badly
knew-
painted and
I
is
knew
like
you were
kind of
gonna go there.
lopsided. And he says, "Whenever the ritual is done, I will bring this out and say that Neng Neng has been resurrected because I need to show something."
I push it over.
No!
No,
And
no,
he
no,
watches
no,
it crumbles.
Yeah, I'm like,
No.
guys, this is actually perfect. I can make a simulacrum out of that, and then like we can actually make a fake grung.
Can you make it kill the king?
I can
Man,
make it do whatever I want. Yeah.
I think what all this guy needs is a reality check, and that if we just, while he's performing the ritual, we ring the bell, and he gets a taste of what Ning Ning actually thinks, it would probably humble him a bit.
I'm down.
No,
And,
dude, he's keeping all
Crook
these. He's
kind of
keeping all
raises his
these,
hand.
these grung and
I put his
oppression
hand
and
down.
stuff. I think he needs to.
He raises it again.
I
We
put it
have
up.
to be, please, we'll have to be very careful with this conversation. If we are too loud and we are heard, you will be put in the same pit as the 1T, our prisoner.
Look, that's why we're
You have
talking
a-
in our
Whoa,
language.
wait,
hold
Y'all
up,
can't
hold up.
understand
Oh.
it.
You have a
One
Yanti
T
prisoner?
Yes, there were 5 or 6 of them patrolling near Durungulungalung, and we were able to ambush them. We killed several of them, but we left one alive because King Rook thought that maybe as part of the ritual we could sacrifice him as to show Neng Neng what we intend to do, so we have
Okay.
him right now.
You guys go talk to him. I'll work on making Neng Neng copy or grung copy. And I'll use what's left of his mud sculpture because that's already like doing part of the work for me. So, and I'll tell him I'll have this ready by. I think this to me. I feel like this idea actually is not bad. Have this fake Nang Nang be resurrected and kill. I can have it kill him, and then whenever that happens, it can be like, oh no, Nang Nang did this, or whatever, and then I can make it disappear.
Okay.
And then we can talk to actual Nang Nang.
Okay.
Or we talk to Nang Nang first, and then I'll do this afterwards just to get rid of the king.
I just want to. I like the idea of Grung being able to speak to the ethereal Nang Nang, and Nang Nang being like, "You're a fucking weirdo,"
You better
and
take
him
it.
having to live through that.
I think we should definitely talk to Nang Nang first. Just make sure, like,
But how
There-
are we gonna
there
get
could-
access to the chamber?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll just have
look
to
up-
do it while we're. Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to go along with this whole ritual thing, act like we're gonna help out, make it work, and then ring a bell at one point, right?
Yeah.
I tell the Magister, because I'm now like forming his mud into something real, and I tell him, I was like, you cannot let anyone come into this hut.
Okay, this will be very easy. The Magister's hut is off limits to anyone except for the Magister and the King, but the King gets down for his rest, and I will tell him that, do not disturb, we are working on the ritual, the great ritual, do not... No point.
No point.
And as he says that, I smush an arm onto it, and then it turns into like a real looking arm. Still
He
like,
licks his eye.
still like very basic, there's not any details on it, but there's like frog arm.
Wow, this is beautiful. It will almost be as good as what I made.
I just kind of take a deep sigh
Ooh.
and continue working.
Damn.
I kind of because where is it? What is this? Sorry. Yeah, I'm down for what? We just gotta wait till the next day when the king's awake, and then do the ritual.
That's the plan.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Let's do it.
And,
Oh, did you guys want to go talk to the Wanti prisoner while I'm doing this?
Yeah, we should.
can we? I asked Croker or whatever his name was.
oh, do you wish to see him?
Yes.
No,
If
we
that's
demand
possible.
to see him.
He licks his eye. We will need to speak to Rourke. He is our principal Grung warrior. Quite dedicated to the Mad King. But he will allow you visitation. You are esteemed guests of the king. If you head out this way and head to the south of the encampment, you'll be able to see our prisoner pit. No problem.
Be right back.
I will stay with the Claymaker. And he kind of plops down next to you and just watches.
Another deep sigh.
And the group of you leave this side of the camp and head down to the southernmost tip, South Pole, if you will. And you can see that just like it was described to you, there's a large pit. It's pretty basic, but it's about 10 feet deep, covered with stakes that come out in every direction, large spikes, like a palisade of sorts, preventing anyone from being able to climb up, as they also have ones that jagged down. It's basically a spiked pit of death, and you can see at its bottom, sure enough, is a single Wanti. Its scale is a deep emerald, shining in the sunlight, as it looks up at the group of you as you kind of approach this side of the camp. Even from the height that you're at, you can see its golden eyes looking up at you. As you can see, standing at the edge of the prison pit is a golden grung. It's the same one that was carrying the large battle axe on his shoulder. Large for a grung, maybe the size of a small hammer for the group of you. And he raises a hand and yells out to you, "Greetings, warriors."
Greetings,
Warrior.
I take it you have talked with our king.
We have.
Very good.
We are
What brings you
esteemed
to my
guests.
prisoner's pit?
We need to talk to your prisoner.
You wish to talk to him? And he gestures down to the hole.
I nod, and I tell him, "This is gonna sound weird," and then I like put on my special Yanti bowler hat. I'm like,
When
"I
you do
want
that,
you."
he gasps and grabs his great axe.
They're like, "No, it's still me," and then I take it
Yeah.
off just to show him. But I put it back on. I'm like, "I want you to throw us in there like we're prisoners too, just so we can catch him off guard."
You're a magister.
What was it?
You're a magister. Your magics.
Yeah, totally.
Great reverence. If you wish to go in the hole, then you may go in the hole.
No, I want you to throw me in the hole.
And he pushes you into the hole. And you'll
Wait,
take.
how big is the hole?
It's about 10 feet deep. You're going to take 2d10 piercing damage as you fall in. Because it does jab you and stab you as you fall down.
What?
Ow.
And the 1T kind of looks at you and stands as you appear at the bottom of the pit. And the 1T just kind of glances at you, looks at you, stares at you. This 1T is as a Malison. Its lower half is human, and its upper half is serpent. It has hands and arms like a human does. It's only serpent from about its collarbone up, glistening with emerald scales. And you can see that whenever you drop into the pit, its tongue starts slipping out of his mouth to taste the air.
And I just start like pounding the ground and start screaming like, "Cursed frog folk!"
Give me a performance check.
Easy.
You actor.
I believe my actor feat gives me advantage. Oh wait, I'll just roll it. Yep, got a lot ahead of me.
Thank God.
And I'm gonna roll a perception check for this bad boy. Or I guess more an insight check.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Oh.
How did he know?
And
You're still sneaking
the
a
one
comment.
the one
How did
T
he know?
the 1T smells the air again and said, "I could hear you approaching. You spoke their tongue."
Damn it! And I take the bowler
Alright,
hat
guys,
off.
pull me up.
Yeah, the jig is up, guys. Come on down. You just fucked up, buddy. Because now you're gonna tell us what we wanted to know anyways, and it's gonna be a whole lot more painful.
And the 1T sits back down. And in a kind of an attitude that you've never seen from the 1T before. This 1T is not defiant and proud. It's not, it doesn't have the same kind of air of arrogance that the other 1T that you've experienced have. This one, seems defeated, broken, as it sits back down. They are going to kill me anyways.
Probably.
It is my fate.
So you're gonna tell us what we want to know?
And it looks up at you. What would you want to know from me? I don't even know who you are.
Doesn't matter. Where did your group get captured?
Outside the maze.
And where's the main body of your army? I know you guys aren't out here alone.
It was a scouting party. 5 or 6 of us. A special sentry.
For what purpose?
You watch as the 1T shifts uncomfortably. I'm not supposed to share these secrets.
Well, how you spend your last moments are up to you. If you want them to be in agonizing pain, we can make that happen.
There is... And he kind of stops. What if we struck a deal?
I would look over at the group, kind of skeptical. What kind of deal?
You free me from this hole, and I will give you any information that I know that you need.
I look back over at the group.
How about he just gives us the information we need and we make sure he just doesn't die? I don't think we should set him free.
David, how far down is the pit?
10 feet.
10 feet. I'm gonna activate my Staff of the Wildfire, and I look at the group to see if anyone wants to go into the hole.
I'm already in there.
I'll fly
No,
down with him if he's going down.
I look at Fahil then, if she wants to go down there.
I mean, yeah, I'll go if there's room. Y'all all go in there first.
And you see the absolute bewilderment on the Grung's face as a group of you choose to willingly go down into its prison hole.
Have a real talk.
And the
Aslos kind of warmed us up to the idea.
and the group of you slowly make your way down into the hole with the Wanti. He doesn't stand up. He's not necessarily intimidated by the group of you now looking over him. Like I said before, it's more of an air of resignation.
Look, we do have the power to save you, but you're in no position to bargain. So the first step to you living is going to be to tell us what we want to know right now.
I need assurance. I could die right now without giving you the information you need. Or I could die at the hands of these frogs without giving you the information that I need. The only chance of my life is using the one thing that I have as valuable, which is the information that you want.
Can I visually tell how long he's been down here? Like if it's been a week, longer.
Did you roll a medicine check?
Yeah, Thunder, could you heal him a little bit so he's not on the brink of death?
I want to know everything. I want to know his ailment.
His social security number.
What's his
Is he
insurance?
diabetic?
You would
What
be
is his
able to
family
tell
history?
Thunder that he's probably been in captivity for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. He's pretty malnourished, but not emaciated. The scarring and wounds that he has have mostly kind of like healed over, if that makes sense. They aren't fresh wounds, but they certainly aren't fully healed. He has many scars where you could tell the Grung attacked him, even though he survived. So yeah, you would confidently put it at maybe 10 days or so he's been captive here.
And I cast Good Berry. I give him some good berries, and then I pull up my unicorn wand and cast Healing Touch. 5.
And he kind of bows to you when you do so. You are gracious.
Punch him in the face.
and I say, "You're quite honorable."
And yeah, the Wanti kind of looks up to the light coming down from the hole. So, will you help me?
I think we should. I say in common.
Yeah, it's just one T. What's the worst you can do?
You need to keep him
I don't
restrained.
know if I can do that.
Like
enemy.
I mean, if he's willing to give us information that we need.
We haven't said we wouldn't kill him afterwards.
I'd
give
almost
us a
have
to
to
jail.
have that a little bit. That has to be an option for me.
What's that, File?
That has to be an option for me that we could do that. You know, what Jin said.
It's not very honorable.
I mean, information is good. I mean, I feel bad that he's a prisoner and he already knows he's gonna die. But if he has value, I mean, I don't see us coming across an Eonti anytime soon for important information that we may need or not.
I think we definitely want his information.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and if you won't give it to us until we get him out of here, the situation, then so be it.
I
That
mean, we
doesn't
could try torture.
I don't know about torture.
I think I saw some reeds over there near the water. I could go start sticking them under his fingernails. He's got a human hands, right?
I think
He
it's
does.
Shigambi's teaching.
A few reeds will make him sing.
Yeah, we could just play out the whole thing, see how it all goes, and at the end of it, go free him if everything goes well, right?
Ooh.
Like,
What is
Yeah,
the
the
boulder hat? Is the boulder hat specifically turning into Yanti? It is?
And allows us to understand and speak the language.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if one of us stays down here and uses the boulder hat to look like him.
Yeah, we can sneak him out. But
Yeah. I mean,
And
I'd be willing to stay down here.
I'll let y'all continue to kind of grapple how you want to proceed. This is where we'll end our session with this ethical decision, and then we'll pick up here next time.
Fail could just teleport everyone out
yeah,
there.
we can always do this. Yeah, we have so many options. Like, saving him's not an issue. It's more of
We should teleport him into Aslos's hole. Because we said we get him out of this hole and not put him into another one, you know?
well, but we'll still need his answers, which he won't give us. I don't know. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
You can deliberate.
This is like one of the most like ethical choices we've had to make.
Dang it, Shigambi! Now we're thinking.
Now you're thinking. That's funny.
great session, David. That was awesome, man.
Fun.
GG.